just jump into some gameplay and talk over it.
Absolutely.
All right, let's roll that first match. What do we got?
We got Adam Eve, Bulletproof, and Thula versus Thula, our man Mark, Invincible.
A knife is bound to the end of Thula's long gray braid.
Adam Eve.
Got the opening animations. Love this.
Yeah, so every character has a specific intros and responses to every single character in the cast. So it doesn't matter who's on point, like they'll have an interaction. Like we really wanted to get as much lore and personality in these interactions. So even during tags or assists or clash moments, like you get these opportunities to just showcase personality.
Meters charge up on each fighter's side.
Right here in these matches, you're seeing a lot of what we call active tagging and calling in of assists. So in our combo structure, it uses a magic chain where you can go from light, medium to heavy attacks, which can then be canceled into like launchers to take you into the air or into special attacks and then into super attacks. What we just saw there from Mark is a boosted special attack. And when you use your heroic boost, which is a new meter that we brought, it's individual per each character. When you use that heroic boost, it amplifies your special moves and gives them different properties where like, oh, this attack used to do hard knockdown, but when I do the heroic boosted version, it now causes a ground bounce or maybe even a wall bounce, which allows me to extend my combo. And so that's a key thing with our system is like figuring out where the combo extensions are and then tagging into those situations. So I can, at any point when I'm actively comboing someone, I can do an active tag, which brings in my teammate to continue the combo. What's key with that is we have something called a combo meter. And as you see the hits start to tally up, there'll be a bar underneath those hits. It starts filling up. And when it hits maximum, your opponent will fall out of the combo. So there's ways to work around that system by, I active tag and it reduces that by a little amount. So it allows me to get in more hits. And so I can do super moves that have no cost to the combo meter. So I try to work my way through a combo of like, how many times can I get a tag in, active tag, super special before that whole thing blows out? And that's part of like this overall meta.
Yeah.
But as a defender, you're not falling victim to watching a slideshow of just like, I'm getting my ass whipped for like 60 seconds. You have lots of opportunities during that combo structure to break out. One of those is with your partners. So as long as your partners are alive and you have at least...
Thula blocks against Invincible.
We'll call it 60%. 2 of the big blocks of heroic boost. You have 2 of those, you can actually get out of a combo with your assist. We call it an assist breaker. So you hold down your boost, your heroic boost, and you just tap. You tap whichever assist character is available, they'll come in and break up the combo. And we saw that during this demonstration. Now, if you're all out of partners, the only way you can get out of a combo is during an active tag. So you would hit your medium and heavy attack during the active tag portion. So you try to time it to where you're flash blue as they're making contact with you, and you can get out. Now, there's other ways around that. That'll take us a little bit more time to get into, but it turns into like a bunch of RPS interactions that make you kind of focused on the combos. Like you're no longer passively watching, you're actively engaged into the combat and the combo system.
Yeah.
So for us, it was a bunch of evolution and things that we learned from like a decade ago, because there's a good portion of us that worked on KI, but things that we wanted to take and to continue to build off of as we approached a tag battle fighting game.
Yeah, and I think when we were playing, I think one of the things to point out is like how approachable it was to pick up. But then like as you're explaining it, like the fighting game community, they are going to like love how deep you can go and some of the chains that you could put together. I will say in watching a lot of this gameplay, there's so many things to note. I mean, we've seen several beheadings at this point.
Missing limbs.
Several people lose their head.
There's so much stuff that goes on in one of these matches. Because a lot of the things that you see, like if a move can kill, it kills. Like we don't stop the action, it keeps going, and like people coming in are going to be pissed. Like they're going to be yelling like during those clash moments of like, what the hell did you just do? You're effing dead. Like they're ready to get it on. And so special moves, super moves, ultimate moves, if they kill, they will kill to different effect. But it's really to demonstrate like the stakes of when superheroes fight. It's not like normal people. It's like, no, it's not pretty at all. Like the amount of damage that they can do, they're just tearing up the ground underneath you, and just what they do to their opponents as well.
That was something I thought was super fascinating. So when we were playing earlier, I mean, it was fascinating just to learn how involved, like you have so many options and so many different things you can do to play. You can do a ton of combos if you're really good at that, which I was still learning, so I was not. But, as you're playing the game, like there's actually ways you can interact with the environment.
Yeah.
And there are things around you, like if you do something devastating, like the actual background will also like become devastated as well.
Yeah.
So it was really fascinating to see that interaction. But this game is incredible.
Yeah, we really want to have the experience of playing in the Invincible universe. There's real consequences of superheroes going after each other, knock down buildings.
I mean, a dude in traffic lost his head.
Yeah. And that's something that we kind of saw in parts of the show. Like when Omni-Man and Mark were fighting, like they were going at it. And I'm pretty sure Omni-Man threw Mark through multiple buildings, through traffic, through trains, I'm pretty sure. And I saw one of the episodes. And so to see that represented in the game is really cool. And to your point, Jen, like in the Chicago setting that we saw a little bit earlier, the map didn't end the same way it started. We had a whole bunch of destruction around it, and that was a lot based off of what you were saying, Mike, around your partners coming in and being mad that you were killing their partners.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we want to use the game to introduce Invincible fans to fighting games and fighting game fans to Invincible. And we are aiming to make it easy to learn, but really hard to master, a professional level. This is going to be a tournament quality fighting game.
I enjoyed even watching it because there's so much going on. So you can be just as much of a spectator sport as it is a, fighting game.
Yeah, that's right. We think this is going to be a great game to play and to watch.